By the time you find out that you put everybody on top of you, you realize that nobody's really up top. Coming from a third world country, there is people that would kill to be in your shoes. I went homeless for like 3 months. Yeah. So I was
this.
a year ago. I would never got out of me like, oh yeah, in a year I'm gonna be in a podcast because I have a clothing brand.
What would you describe him in one word?
Kanye?
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lifestyle Diaries. Today I'm joined by another special guest. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
My name is Pablo Rodriguez. I am a sophomore student in Michigan State. And yeah, glad to be here.
Where are you from?
I grew up I was born in like the east northern side of Atlanta, but I don't remember much of it. I moved to Guatemala when I was 2 years old.
Now you're here at Michigan State.
Yeah, so I moved from Guatemala to Illinois because I was gonna fail 6th grade in Guatemala. And I had to go beg my teacher to let me do it again. And then we didn't know if I was gonna be able to like graduate in Guatemala. So the plan was for me to come do my high school diploma over here, come back to Guatemala for college because it's really expensive over here. But during high school, I literally switched my life around and got a 4.8 at the end.
Okay.
So Michigan State blessed me up. So really just glad to be here and taking every day as like I'm not supposed to. I'm not really supposed to be here at the end of the day.
But you are.
But I am, so
Yeah.
I gotta take advantage of every day.
Cool. If I didn't say it earlier, my name is Aaron or Chisholm. I'm your host. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into this episode. I'm drinking some tea here, so if you ever see me like go to that, that's what this is. So yeah. So I guess getting it started off, you kind of already like started off with the introduction, but tell me a little bit more about maybe Guatemala actually. Because you were raised primarily in Guatemala, and then you went to MSU.
I went to like the suburbs of Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, suburbs.
Okay.
I did stay in Chicago this past summer. We can get into that as well.
Wait, what's the timeline on that? Like,
So I
give
was
you the timeline to Atlanta, Guatemala.
Atlanta up until I was 2 years old. Then Guatemala up until I was 14.
Okay.
And then suburbs of Chicago when I was 19. And now I stay in East Lansing full time.
Cool. What year are you?
I'm a sophomore. I said that in my introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sophomore studying. At the moment, I'm a double major in creative advertising and marketing with a minor in sales leadership. But I'm gonna go for a creative advertising major with a minor in sales leadership.
Big in academics. At least that's what it sounds like.
That's all I have. Yeah, no, because I mean, you have to think in my position. You know how I see it is when I moved. The whole point of me moving was just to fix my grades. So I did. I fixed it. I went above and beyond, and I got scholarship, and I was able to now stay in the country.
Yeah.
So this is all I got going on for me. Like I'm gonna
You're
put
an
my
international student on paper, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm an out of state student.
Out of state, okay.
Yeah, out of state. I'm trying to get it in state now.
Yeah.
Now that I stay in East Lansing.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Cool. But besides for being a student, we're wearing it a little bit right now. You see
yeah.
behind us. Tell me a little bit about what else you do.
Yeah, so my freshman year of college, my second semester, I wanted to get more involved with the university and join a club or do something, but I found myself being, now that I look at it, kind of very picky when it comes to that stuff. And I found out through Christian Endero, shout out Christian Endero. He introduced me to Burgess Institute, and he introduced me to the Discover program.
What is Burgess, for those that don't know?
So Burgess is basically the best thing you can do at Michigan State. So Burgess Institute has 2 steps. The first one is Discover, the second one is Launch. For Discover, it's open for any student. And even if you don't have an idea, you can go to workshops with them to work on an idea that you want to bring to life.
Like a business idea.
Like a business idea, yeah. It's aligned with Entrepreneurship Association.
Yeah.
Once you go in with your idea, they're gonna give you, look, how I saw it was literally just a road on how to approach a new business. Because they ask you so many questions that you didn't even think about when you had the idea that it's like, now it's reality.
Yeah.
So what questions you need to ask yourself? They give you that path, they give you a business template and advising overall. Then they have the second step called launch. On that one, you kind of present it like it's Shark Tank, and you propose the idea. They're gonna ask you multiple questions about it, and if you're prepared, you will get into launch. They fund you.
You're in launch, right?
I'm in launch. Yeah. They fund you. They advise you if you need even legal. I mean, even legal help. They'll help you out. And designers, photographers, videographers, everything. Really, really, really good program. If you have an idea, you want to do anything at all. I have so many people that I talk to them like, oh, I have a clothing brand.
Yeah.
And they'll get hyped up because now they have a chance to talk about what they're thinking of doing, but they don't actually go through and do it. I feel like
you're actually doing it. Like, we're wearing his merch right now.
Oh yeah, Amor Propio means self-love in Spanish.
Self-love.
This is what got me in launch. And I think that something so small, because I'm sure, I don't know how you feel, let's say, like, even with a podcast, but when I was starting the clothing brand, there was kind of like a wave of everybody starting a clothing brand. So even putting that I wanted to start one, and that I had to put myself in a position to have people take me serious when it comes to an idea like this.
It was really competitive.
Yeah, it's really competitive, and you have to, like, half the people are not gonna really take you serious when you say you're gonna start a clothing, because everybody was starting one on TikTok. That one more, it was like, dude. But I think that what I did good, thanks to Burgess, was I defined a brand, not a clothing, because self-love can be anything. Have you heard about We're Not Really Strangers?
No, I'm not.
It's like it's literally an Instagram page for heartbroken people. They don't sell any, like, they only sell like kits for self-love if you're going through a breakup, or stuff like that. In the whole, like, their brand is not.
I mean, you bring up a good point, because, like, you don't have to be creating like a rocket ship or something.
You don't have to create.
Like, you don't have to be Elon. You just have to create something that, like, other people like, and that's unique.
Something that people can stand for, especially with clothing. Because right now you go on Instagram, right? You go on all the ads for clothing. You're gonna see Tupac stamped on the T-shirt 20 times by different shops, and even if you do buy it, the chances of you getting their name, returning to that Instagram page are very, very low. You're probably gonna buy it once because it's cheap on Instagram. That's it. But the clothing brand as a brand, it's not really there, I would say, when it comes to most of it. And I think that's the advantage I have.
Can you talk about the origin of your brand a little bit?
Yeah.
Amor Propio, self-love in Spanish.
Self-love.
You speak Spanish.
Fluent. Yeah, I spoke it for 14 years.
Habla español.
No, but look, I always look, the whole clothing brand idea, I've had it since junior year or senior year of high school. I was gonna start it with a friend, but he went to Iowa, so. But we in Michigan State, East Lansing.
Yes, sir.
No, but I started the clothing brand. I wanted to develop something. Look, when I have moved, and I was 14, I realized I didn't really know English, and I was just this kid with the accent that couldn't talk.
Yeah.
And I remember.
Did you learn any English, like, when you were in what?
Like, picture you move to Guatemala with the Spanish you have in 8th grade. Like, even though, look,
it's not where it needs to be.
I could understand. I remember I could genuinely understand everything that they were saying to me. Yeah. The problem was how people looked at me once I started talking because of my accent, and I was so little. It's freshman in high school, dude. Yeah. And second, lingo and basic.
Then the small details, like the nuances.
Yeah, like all the jokes. Like, dude, what was what? I remember when I moved in, everybody would throw their stuff to the garbage can and say Kobe.
That's so fun.
Like that from a different perspective. Now obviously I understand. But from a different perspective, all of that stuff was really the hardest stuff to do because that's how you make friends.
Or imagine, like, I say like bet a lot over time.
Bet, yeah, no.
Imagine not knowing like the slang.
Yeah, no, people used to tell me peace.
What are we betting?
Yeah, peace. No, but I think that, look, all of that put me in a situation where I was like, I have to do this for myself. None of these kids care whether I go back to Guatemala, whether I stay here. Like, for all they
so you got some, like, resilience. Like, talk about that, like, some of the things you learned.
Yeah, that. I mean, I think I put it perfectly on Amor Propio, but look, there's a point that now I understand, like in that moment, even though it sucks, I felt my first presentation because I said I'm born in Atlanta instead of I was born in Atlanta.
That's funny.
But I think the main thing that I learned was that in that moment, even though it sucks, even though people might make fun of me for anything, right now, that's probably the reason why I can be on a podcast and be talking about an idea that I have in actual good words, you know. I think that all of that stuff, without thinking of anybody else and just thinking of what I want for myself, I think that that was the biggest thing. They don't care if I go back to Guatemala. They don't care if I learn English or not. They could care less as long as I have to be out there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to push everybody. I feel like a lot of people, when they come to college, it's their first time. Because I experienced that first time being like out and about, 14. But I feel like this is the first time a lot of kids are out experiencing
That's
new
so
things
true.
by themselves. But the problem is that you come here and you talk to some people that they don't know who they really are, so they just follow the mass. And they
You know why that
whatever.
is? I think that's because a lot of people like they don't spend time by themselves. Like self-love, right? Is like self, like know yourself. Excuse me. And a lot of people like get distracted nowadays. We have social media. There's all these things on Canvas, right?
Yeah.
And like even a lot of people try to find love in like other places.
Yeah.
Like
I would say that there's so much stuff going on that people forget that and this is a point that I make in Amor Propio and how it is. I want it to be basically like a counterfight to that, I guess, how people
See you when you take care of yourself and you actually start putting yourself first and you stop caring about what other people say. I feel like you get thrown around a lot the word like ego or selfishness.
Yeah.
When it's really just you're putting yourself first because that's what you have to do at the end of the day. Like, let's say right now, today, right? Even though I understand that for both of us, it's public benefit to be in the podcast. If 5 minutes before you had something better to do,
Yeah.
how would I be mad at you? It's you practicing your life, dude. Like,
Exactly. Like if you don't take care of yourself, it's like
you're putting other people up top, and by the time you find out that you put everybody on top of you, you realize that nobody's really up top. You know?
yeah.
But I think that the main message behind the brand is to look at yourself as like the best version you can be and exploit that. You know, everything. I haven't done anything like to an educational level. I learned English
Yeah.
purely because I dropped out of the English learning program and I just got myself in all English classes. If you don't do stuff like that to actually put yourself out of the comfort zone, grow, and experience what you can actually,
You were like actively seeing that. Some people don't.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like in that their own perspective, if they don't, that's because they don't want it. So that's their own section of self-love. Let's say Michigan versus Michigan State, you know? You can't, it's like if you're blaming somebody for not loving themselves too much because they didn't accept the Michigan offer and they went to Michigan State.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, people that decided each of those things have the same level of self-respect. I feel like everybody knows what they're doing. The problem is when people, let's say if you chose Michigan State and then you come here and complain that academics are not as good. You chose
It's like you had the choice.
Yeah, you chose that. Live with your choice and make the best out of your choice. Instead of complaining about being in Michigan State, why don't you just look at the resources of why don't you take the best advantage you can of Michigan State now that you're here?
You know what I'm finding too? It's like, it's less about, finding the best, like, available. For example, you can say, oh, I don't go to Harvard. Oh, I don't go to Princeton, MIT, right? Yeah. But it's like Michigan State, for most people, probably is most things that you need. You just have to find it.
It's a huge school. We have how many clubs?
Yeah. Like 300,000.
Huge. Insane. Nationally, I went to Mexico and I was in Monterrey. I was at a soccer game. I look up the screen and there's somebody with a Michigan State hat. This is huge. Like I think that if you have the opportunity coming from a third world country, there is people that would kill to be in your shoes. Just to be, even in high school, there are people that would kill to be in your shoes.
Yeah.
I know how that is, and I don't blame anybody for not knowing how that is. So that's why I take full advantage. But I want to share That's how the world is. Like, we're so lucky to be in Michigan State. Classes may be hard. I may drop my major. I don't know, but still, you know.
No, so this podcast is called Lifestyle Diaries, right?
Yeah.
And so with that name, we kind of dive into the different lifestyles of people.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me like what your lifestyle looks like as like an entrepreneur, student entrepreneur, and business owner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, lifestyle, I've tried to go...
Like what time do you wake up? Like, run me through a day.
I've been through breakups and the gym couldn't keep me up, bro. But
Yeah.
I think that, let's say, with me being an entrepreneur, part-time worker, student, the biggest thing is just time managing. As long as you know how to manage your time, can I swear?
Maybe.
I was about to say, all right, get stuff done.
Yeah. Stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Get stuff done, and you should be fine. I really hard to find when people say, like, I don't have time. Because I'm sure that if you open your Google Calendar and you start looking at the actual time slots and time block and everything, you can find time for anything. Pretty much.
Maybe like make time too.
Yeah, make time too. It's always and again, this depends on your priorities and what you really want. You have to see what you want and what you're gonna have to do for it. In like the clothing brand, get your priorities straight. My priorities are school, of course.
Yeah.
I always take care of,
Because if you're not in school, it's like you can't do your clothing brand.
yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not in school. I just gotta go back to Guatemala. So I think putting your priorities straight. Let's say in the afternoon, I'm done with classes at like 4 latest on Mondays and Wednesdays. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. just do schoolwork all the time. 7 to 9 design. 9 to 10 chill time, stuff like that. But that you know what your day is gonna go. Scheduling your mornings is really important. Cause
Are you like an early morning person?
I try, but
Like what time?
I got 8 a.m.s every single day, so I wake up at like 6:30 whenever.
Okay.
Oh yeah, whenever I go. Most of the time I do go. I miss
What time do you go to sleep then? Do you be getting sleep?
at 11 around 11.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't really like going to sleep too late because then I wake up at like 1 p.m. and I feel like the whole day is gone and I hate it.
Yeah.
Especially now that it's getting dark at like 4 p.m.
Then it's like like you don't have the day at all.
Nothing at all. I don't like it. I really like the mornings. I like scheduling my mornings so I know exactly what I'm gonna do. And I feel like it also makes me more productive at the end of the morning, setting me up for the afternoon. But yeah, it's also important to not overload yourself. Like, life is life, you know. In 5 years, what you're doing right now is either gonna come to fruition or you're gonna have it as a good experience.
Yeah.
So I would say still enjoy life. Don't kill yourself over work.
Yeah, that's facts. Like balance, I think is key.
Balance, yeah. Grab an hour for yourself.
Yeah.
Grab an hour to just watch a TV show and then
Watch TV.
watch
Learn something new.
just
Play
like that.
basketball.
But then be disciplined enough to when that time is gone, you go back to
Also, like,
working.
if you can like lock in, it's like get in
the zone.
Yeah, get in the zone.
Yeah,
You can get so much work done.
yeah.
Do you have any tips for
Taking like 40-minute walks and then hitting the library right after?
Yeah.
So I'm
clear your mind and then you get going?
That's really huge because sometimes I will feel like there's definitely going to be times, either if you have a business or not, I'm sure, that you have school, then you have this to do, and then you have this to do, and then you have this to do, and your mind is just running all over the place in between tasks.
Yeah.
But I think that just taking it day by day, literally nothing is going to, how I see it is, and again, I know that this is a strange situation, is how I see it is, look, there's people in Guatemala right now working with 6 kids selling vegetables for a living. And I get to do my own clothing brand. I get to go to Michigan State University. I get to wake up, go to Beaumont Tower. Have you just walked around?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
No, low key. And like, even though the winters are kind of down terrible, like because it's cold, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh dang, this is like different. Like it's cold, but it's beautiful, right? So that's really cool.
I like the snow, but I cannot wait to get out of the Midwest. I want to move back to Guatemala if possible when I'm on it.
When it's all said and done.
If I get a remote job and I can multiply my money,
Yeah.
game.
What's it called? Wait, how does that work? So wait, Guatemala. We were talking about this earlier. Guatemala. Wait, what is the Guatemalan currency?
Quetzal.
Quetzal.
Yeah, quetzal. $1 is 7.5 quetzal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Shoot.
So with $70,000, I'm making $500,000.
It's like 400,000 something plus. Dang, that's cool. What's it called? Dang, I'm gonna edit that out. Tell me about, like, I guess this school year for you compared to last year's school year. So like you're a sophomore, right?
Yeah. So I would say my freshman year, and this is something that I don't mind getting into because it's just what happened. It's my life, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's just what happened. I went through it, and what I'm glad about is that I actually went through it. I didn't fall, and now I'm up. But
you survived it.
I survived.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Literally, anything. Literally, if you cannot handle it, you will die. So if you are not dying, you can handle it.
Yeah.
But last year, what I did thing is I used to have my family in the suburbs of Chicago. And then what's different about this year is that during the summer, I had some problems with addiction. I actually want to get into that with Amor Propio because I wanted to be a platform at some point. But I went homeless for like 3 months. Yeah. So I was
never this.
So yeah. So June 10th actually. So look,
this is last year.
This is this summer. This is how fast life can change. June 10th at 9 a.m. I sold the first Amor Propio hoodie on pre-order because I was printing them in my garage. I'm pretty sure by 6 p.m. I was homeless.
Damn.
The same day. But with that, I want...
Wait.
Yeah, so...
That's actually insane.
Yeah, no, I want to build up on that as well because I'm more prepared. I wanted at one point to help cocaine addicts. Because of that, what happened, we're not going to get into all detail, but based on that situation, I want a more prepared to at one point be a platform and help for cocaine addicts. However, I ended up in North Chicago for around a month.
Yeah.
But it was weird because like the
where were you sleeping? Like, tell me about that experience.
Couches.
I
was staying in the couches. And okay, so I had this like family friend that let me recite.
Family friend.
I had this family friend that they stayed in North Chicago. But they were really close with my family there. So I didn't really like it because they were kind of trying manipulating the situation. Yeah, though it was me
taking advantage of it.
Yeah, basically taking advantage because they know I'm at my lowest, so they're just trying to fill stuff in my brain. But I was only there for around a month, and then I went to David Villegas and Christian and Derek.
Really?
I stayed in Christian.
Bro, those guys are so amazing.
I literally the two people that I can trust with my life, and they're like forever.
Okay, I'm so happy they did that.
Yeah. But then I went to a motel in Okimo, and I stayed there for around 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Point of all that is, look, every time I tell this story, I feel like it's the great story to tell. Like everybody got problems.
Yeah.
Like while I'm going through that,
I never knew that either, and it's like we were just talking before this. I didn't know that. Now I know that about you. Like that's such a new perspective. Like you've been through it a little bit.
That's the thing. I feel like it's not. It shouldn't be a new perspective, I want to say, because I feel like people also look down on me, or they look like, oh, I just got too close when I say something like that. It's just my life, bro. It's just an experience that I went through.
I think to me, it's like new perspective in the sense that it adds to your character. Like, no, like I respect it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I don't like to. I like to put it out there, literally for the same point of look at me. Like I can be happy. I can be smile. I could have easily grabbed the route that it was like the world is against me. Yeah. Nothing is good. Fuck.
Like
just go back to Guatemala. Yeah, the world hates me. Go back to Guatemala. Live the life that I was supposed to.
Yeah.
But again, and it's just about self-love. I love myself so much that why would I want that for myself? I'm already admitted in Michigan State.
Yeah.
I'd rather just finish it with a good attitude, act like nothing happened, because now it's solved. It's in the past. So now we're just going up from here. I think that this year for me was great in the way that now I'm fully by myself in the country. and I'm still choosing to do the right thing. I proved myself.
Because that's our goal. But you're making the right choice.
Yeah, it's on me. I could just go back to Guatemala right now, but I like to see it through. I don't know. I also like the battery in my back is also that it's literally on me whether moving at 14 years old was the biggest mistake of my life or not. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's on me.
Was it your choice?
Well, yeah, because I wasn't going to graduate.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. I had to beg my 6th grade teacher for 2 points.
What?
Yeah, no. So in 6th grade, right? I didn't think I cared until the last day of school where they were telling
So you're like, hold on. You're like failing school. Then you became homeless. Now you have a clothing brand. You're a student.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like you don't know who you're talking to ever.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the greatest things of the world. People look at me, bro, they're never going to guess that I'm from Guatemala.
Yeah.
I would live the 14 years there. And
now they know.
Yeah. Oh, now you know.
Yeah.
But even if you just approach me, you're in East Lansing, actually, you never know who you're around. And I feel like that's such key because let's say, remember that day how I met Aaron?
Yeah.
We were in the elevator, out of the hatch.
Oh, we were like, what's up?
Yeah, and literally just, what's up?
And then it turned into
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it leads into this. You'll never know who you might be talking to and who might be your next step.
Yeah.
Everybody got something that they can apport to your life. Everybody got something they can do better.
Yeah, I agree. Like you never know who you're gonna meet. There's international students here. There's people from Michigan. There's people from New York. I mean, there's entrepreneurs. There's scientists. There's like future doctors. Like everyone's here.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. You can think of whatever you want, and you will find it in East Lansing. You know how many students we have?
50. 50. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. No, it's insane. For those of you like, actually, I don't know. If you're on YouTube, drop in the comments like what college you go to, or like I guess what state too if you're not in college. But moving on to like Amor Propio, it's translated to self-love in Spanish, right?
Yeah.
And this podcast is like kind of trying to focus on health and fitness a little bit, and like I don't know if you work out, maybe you don't.
Nah, I told you, not even a breakup could keep me in the gym, bro. Like,
yeah.
Nothing. I tried to hit it even after I went homeless. Homelessness did not keep me in the gym.
That's so funny. What? Okay. Like, I guess talk about like health then in general when it comes to, maybe it could be mental health when it comes to self-love, and like I'm big on like the physical mental health connection. Yeah. And like part of that on this like podcast is talking about the importance of the gym, how it's like helps you feel better, helps you look better, helps you like have a more clear mind. And I think Amor Propio kind of represents that in a certain sense.
Amor Propio like taking care of all of that. Amor Propio represents, look, this is what I love. Even though I don't work out, you know,
yeah,
that's not my, but there's some people that go to the gym and they don't decide, and that's not making either one right. I do think though that obviously there's no downsides to working out. Literally no downsides to working out.
Working out's so good for you.
Working out is probably one of the greatest things.
Wait, why don't you work out?
I have tried it. Like,
you just don't like it?
I swear, I have tried the local gym in the suburbs of Chicago. I've tried the apartment gyms. I just don't like lifting weights. I think I don't know. I don't
probably have to find what works for you. Like you played soccer growing up, right?
I mean, yeah,
football
sucked.
I scored
it. Did you like it? I did karate. I did karate for 8 years. My stepdad in Guatemala, he was a karate instructor.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So I did karate for 8 years. And then when I moved to the United States, I wanted to keep going with it, but they told me no. Because it was like Hawaiian Kempo and then versus American Kempo. It was different. They wanted me to start all the way back.
Yeah.
But point being with working out and such, I think it's so important. And it's definitely something that people can relate to as self-love. Like people break their own records with that. People have pride.
It's also like discipline too.
Yeah.
Like going to the gym, you have to be like disciplined to make progress. Like showing up day after day, even if you don't want to. And that's like taking care of yourself. Yeah. Like self-love.
Yeah, no, that's definitely physically taking care of yourself is a great thing overall. But even as a more looking outside of the health and looking at it as a hobby, I think that it's great for people to start finding stuff they really enjoy, and then it brings positive results to it.
Yeah.
Your amor propio might be going to the gym. My amor propio might be coloring.
I like that. Wait, so everyone has their own definition for amor propio.
You can have your own definition. Like, what do you do for yourself? You know, when are you not thinking about anybody else? With me, bro, I love the fact that I have my own clothing brand. Like,
Yeah.
my mom is super proud. My little brother's the one that I left Guatemala when one of my brothers was 1 year old. So I was carrying him, and I was scared that moving in here, he wasn't gonna, take me as his little
Like,
his
know
big
you.
brother.
Yeah.
As soon as they told him that I have a clothing brand,
He's so cool. He's like the
yeah,
coolest
that
big
this,
brother. Like,
this is my brother. This is my brother. Yeah. So I think that overall, this is my amor propio, literally. But I know people that have dedicated so much time to their gym.
Yeah.
It is like impressive. That's
and that's like, even though you're like the mastermind behind the brand, it's like those who resonate with their wear, like they have their own definition, right? Like for me, it might be eating healthy food, going to the gym.
yeah. That's what defines you. That's what you
Yeah.
stand for. Yeah.
like
That's
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I guess like how is the brand, I guess, going? Like, we're kind of talking about how everyone has their own definition for it.
Yeah.
Have you seen like what other people's definitions for that might be? Because you're like decently popular around East Lansing, I'd say, right?
I wouldn't think so.
Well, you're in ITV. You can talk about
I
that.
think I meet a lot of people.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm popular, but look, one thing, and it's again back to what I was saying. You never know who you might be talking to. I like that at one point I wasn't able to communicate in English, and now I can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I really like that about myself, but the brand overall is going great. Right now, it's going to be a limited brand in the long term. Like, let's say that hoodie that you got on, it's never going to release again.
Yo, so limited edition exclusive.
Each color, I wanted to only drop it once. And I want to start making it in Guatemala so we can stimulate the economy over there as well. As little, as big as possible as we can.
Yeah.
Still, the impact. I really want to put Guatemala up because you see a lot of Latin American countries, but coming across Guatemala is kind of difficult, I would say.
Have you been to any other Latin American countries?
No, my third time on a plane was moving.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess another thing too, being a college student, you're around like classes, businesses on Grand River, and you sell your clothes. Excuse me. In MTV MSU, right?
Yeah.
Do you also sell them online?
With my clothing brand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my own website, Amor Propio Clothes.
Amor Propio clothes. So if you want to get them, go to Amor.
Amor Propio Clothes.
Okay, I'll put that like up here somewhere. But yeah, like the first time we met was in the Hatch. After that, we met in MTV. Right?
Yeah.
Like, Dan, for those of you who don't know what MTV is, can you talk?
More Than Vintage.
Yes, can you talk about that?
It's a vintage shop in Grand River, in Division Street by Grand River, downtown East Lansing.
Like right across from campus.
It's curated clothing, and it's what I really like about More Than Vintage, and I wish more students got onto it, is that we're also students.
Yeah.
You can come in and just talk to us. Whenever we're asking if
It's
you're
just the
good,
vibe. It's like,
yeah.
cool.
If I ask you, because some people, I'll ask them like, "How you doing?" Just looking.
Stop. It's like, yeah, tell me about your day.
I didn't even ask if you were looking or not.
Yeah.
How you doing? But yeah, I feel like I love
That's good
the
customer
people-
service.
Yeah, no, I love the people that I meet. There's some funny people. There's some interesting people. Conversations. People come in to sell to us.
Yeah.
We meet a lot of people. I would say that's probably my favorite thing about More Than Vintage.
I remember-
that it is.
So Luis Azor owns it. I want to have him on the podcast one of these days. But I remember last year, like Nelk came in. If you know, I don't know. When did you start?
working out. I just started when I moved to East Lansing, and I was
Okay. So this year,
Lou and my manager and everybody there met me when I was living in the motel.
wow.
Yeah. Lou picked me up to the motel because I used to bike 35 minutes to go to More Than Vintage.
35 minutes.
Yeah. In the rain and everything, bro. I was pledging More Than Vintage.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, I'm glad like things worked out for real.
It went amazing.
Yeah.
I liked it. Any experience where you got to see the positive of it. Like now that's a funny experience. In the moment, obviously it sucked. But now all of that is like, I don't know, kind of funny. Like I was really biking 35 minutes in the rain. It's
Wow.
wow.
Do you have a car now? No, you have a bike?
I don't need one. I don't need
Okay.
one because I'm on campus. And this next semester I'm staying.
Where? Can you say?
And yeah, I'm staying on Grand River.
Okay, bet.
It's good. It's good. I don't need.
What's it called? Talk about self-love again. What would you like tell other college students to like resonate with your brand? Like, what do other college students need to hear?
I think that a lot of college students don't. And this is look. Again, it's easy for me to say a lot of this stuff because I'm the only person I gotta hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
But I will say that there's a lot of college students that I don't think they're taking the fact that they're now adults serious. Like now you're like
Not just like 18, but like full blown like living
like
by
bro,
yourself.
you're by yourself. Like
Yeah.
if you wanna, I don't know. I feel like there's a couple people that I've met that don't want to go to clubs because what if you're 4 years of college?
Yeah. I
You're
think it's,
worrying over what if even
if you want to do something, just do it. And like make sure it aligns with your like values and morals and everything.
and
Honestly.
even
But, like, just do it.
even then, like let's say not only Michigan State students, I had my stepsister. She went to community college, and
Like here?
no, she went in the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay.
But let's say she would say about how people didn't want to join the clubs and organizations because they were lame. In I can guarantee you, in 15 years, when somebody's asking you what did you do during college, you wish you were saying that lame group.
Yeah.
Because at the end, there's people that are going to that lame group, and they are
Those people are cool.
those people are cool for actually going. They're making their friends there. They're making connections there. The fact that you can put it on your resume. How I also thought about Amor Propio was I wanted to join a frat first semester. It didn't work out.
You end up rushing.
I rushed the first semester and second semester, but I didn't end up joining any frat. But
So did you get hazed?
oh wait.
You pissed what?
Nah, but second semester, how I also thought about it was like, okay, I was willing to drop, what, $3,000 total on a frat for my whole college experience. Even if I lose completely half of that on Amor Propio,
Yeah.
CEO and founder is on my
You still have your own brand, and it's really cool.
I have my own brand. I can talk to so many people. I would have never come in contact with you if I didn't open that brand up. I wouldn't learn about photography, videography, any of that.
Do you are you your own creative for your own brand? Like you take the pictures,
but all of the pictures are taken. Yeah, all of what's taken except for the 2 long videos. That's Ethan Smith, great videographer. Ethan Smith,
I'll drop the Instagram somewhere here too. So you guys can check that out.
Yeah, so Ethan Smith has helped me out. And then Christian in there as well. He has helped me out a lot.
He's a really good
graphics. He drew the heart, actually. The heart.
He drew the heart.
Yeah, he drew the heart.
I was gonna ask how that was made.
Yeah, so we actually have the OG design. I took only the heart and then I did the Amor Propio and put that as a O. But we have a bunch of other designs.
How do you manufacture these right now?
Right now, I have a friend in suburbs of Chicago as well. He works at a print shop.
A lot goes down in Chicago, the suburbs of Chicago.
Suburbs of Chicago. You meet everybody. No, but a great friend, Quinn Waller, he works at a print shop and he would help me out with the samples. So this one that isn't released and is just mine.
Yeah.
It's a different print on it and he helped me out with these. Once I get those, I go by whoever has the cheapest price really when it comes to manufacturer. I know specifically what the name of the hoodie is.
Yeah.
And I know the codes and everything, so I know exactly what I want. Compare prices. I order bulk for right now because I have more than vintage, and the good thing about Burgess Institute is that basically a commitment that you're gonna stay with it your entire college experience.
Yeah.
So it really
And also we're just they keep you accountable. They offer support, help.
Yeah, no, everything. You can go in there every single day to work on your brand if you want. They'll help you out. Yeah. But I think that Burgess, why I'm not really, because I'm not going as hard on Instagram and on TikTok as I could really go.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm really focused right now on sharing what Amor Propio is, what Amor Propio will be in building the base for everybody to understand that even if I want us to start selling mugs tomorrow, just mugs.
Because it can be more than clothing.
It could be more than clothing. Like, again, we're not really strangers. They just post on Instagram a bunch of heartbreak stories.
Yeah.
And they sell packets. Like, their branding is heartbreak.
Yeah.
They're just selling heartbreak.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. It's quite literally like the opposite for Amor Propio is selling confidence.
Self-love. Yeah. What's it called? For someone who wants to start a clothing brand who's watching this, like, what advice would you give them?
The same advice they gave me. I saw
Who's they?
Cameron Robinson. I'm dropping so many names. Cameron Robinson. I met him when I was 16. We used to work together.
Yeah.
We used to work together in Foot Locker. And he started his own clothing brand called Amana World Peace. And I saw like the process.
Where's he from?
He's from Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. And I saw his process of starting the brand. He sent me some videos and I helped him out with some pop-ups and everything. And I think that really opened up my mind already to kind of know how it is. But most importantly, something that he told me is, again, going back to branding. People forget that a clothing brand is still a brand.
Yeah.
And the hard part is not making the clothing. The hard part is
The marketing, the
building
selling.
a brand. But that you can have clothing. Anybody can sell clothing.
Yeah.
But not everybody can have a brand. Something that's specific for you.
And like building up that like reputation, like getting people to know about you.
Yeah, everything. I think, let's say, like what I did with Cameron Robinson, he told me to write 20 words, 20 questions, and 20 answers. So I have a document in my laptop that is like 20 words that describe Amor Propio. I'm pretty sure some of them are like colors, Guatemala, Kanye West, stuff like that. And then,
Do you like Kanye West?
I love Kanye West.
Why?
Okay, we can go on a whole different...
No, I want to know. A whole different podcast. Okay.
No.
What would you describe him in one word?
Kanye?
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Balls and willing to take risks.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, really, I wish I was dying on this podcast. Sorry, guys.
I don't know what goes on in his mind, and I'm not really interested in what goes on in his mind.
Yeah.
I like his music. Yay and The Life of Pablo are amazing. And then his own clothing brand, Yeezy, is insane. Like, but that's more luxury. But still, I would say all of those words, right? The 20 words describe what is Amor Propio, and then ask yourself, why did I choose each word? You know, like, why did I choose Kanye West? What does he have that I want to implement? I think that with Kanye West,
Study the greats and like figure out like who's done what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then do it.
Virgil said it, the 3% rule? It was like,
What is that?
it's like you look at something and you literally just change it by 3%.
I've never heard that actually. What? But that makes like so much sense. Like you don't have to create something completely new. You just have to like modify it.
And it's also, it's not even what you create, it's how you...
My fault. What did that up?
It's not even what you create, it's how you present it. Like, let's say, I think I will give myself props on this.
Yeah.
I think I did an amazing job with the pop-up that we had.
Talk about that.
It was...
So you had a pop-up with more than vintage?
Well, not with them. It was part of Vintage Fest and then ran by them.
Yeah.
But we had a spot there. It was the release of the clothing brand.
There were so many like different brands there too.
Yeah, it's what I liked is that this year was, who was it? Blue Threads and me. I'm pretty sure those were the only two brands. Blue Threads, I love Blue Threads, but that's all handmade. That's a whole different game. But how do you call it? I would say that experience, one, gave me the opportunity to talk to customers 101.
Customer discovery.
Customer discovery, see
Figure
who
out what
likes
people
us,
are. Yeah.
see who doesn't like us.
Yeah.
In overall, I think that, I'd say, like, my tent had walls on it. It had the artificial grass. It had a timeline of what was Amor Propio and everything. I think that what I have been doing really good at is that everybody who follows the brand is genuinely following the brand. You know, like, they're not here just to see. I have been feeling the support for as big as it is. The support has been there, and that's what I love about the brand.
I mean,
even if it's not big, the fact that I'm getting support from now,
like it's so cool to like clothing brand, like students just love clothing brands. Like young people love that stuff. You know what I mean? They eat it out.
And everybody loves everything. Like today, they sent me a picture of somebody wearing it in the men's cuff.
Really?
That's amazing. That's like
cool.
is my entire.
And then also like I modeled for it. And me and my friend like excuse me, Jennifer Jenny Diallo, who might be on one of these podcasts here at like a future time, but we modeled for you, right?
Yeah.
So like people just want to be a part of it.
And that's the thing. A lot of, from my perspective with that, I'm glad you bring that up because I feel like a lot of this is more for business people, but I feel like, look, like let's say with you, it was easy. I asked you for help. You said, yeah, of course, I'm willing to do that. There's people that will not tell you they don't want to help you. There's people that will go, oh, I can let you know, bro.
Oh, they're too like
wait a week. They don't care about your time. They shouldn't care about your time.
Yeah.
But this is your responsibility as a.
That's why you gotta focus on you, because like I mean I guess it also comes to trusting certain people over others.
No, that's the thing. You know,
like you know who's like
who's not, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like you, as a business owner, that's something that you're gonna have to get used to. You know, that's something that just comes with it. It's not personal, I'm sure, because at the end of the day, they're thinking about themselves first rather than my clothing brand. They probably just have something to do with it. Don't want to tell me. But you just get used to that, I would say.
Yeah. That's pretty good advice.
Yeah, like get used to, and the same thing with people saying that they're gonna buy. Don't just take it as nobody's gonna
like
buy.
don't say you're don't say you're gonna buy, just buy it.
Just, if you're gonna buy it, just buy it. And as a business owner, on this extent, don't listen to all of that before you even drop.
So you have to like drown out the noise, like focus on you and like your circle.
Act as if you're selling nothing. This is just for you.
Assume
And if they like
the
it,
worst,
they like
kind of like prepare. Like don't assume that everything's gonna sell the first day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I haven't sold out at all. I probably haven't sold 50% of the clothes. But again, I know that the people that are wearing it are actually wearing it because
Quality over quantity, right?
quality over quantity right now. And once I get to Guatemala, I want to find a manufacturer there. Again, stimulate the economy down there as well. And bring it back better in bigger quantities, different colors, not the same design. The same design is going to be gone, I think.
So this is limited.
I think that's gone, to be honest.
That's cool.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it on hoodies. I like it on hoodies. I don't know. I have this.
Wait, do you have t-shirts right now? You do, right?
Yeah, I do. I have the.
You have t-shirts and hoodies. Do you have like mugs? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a joke. You know,
Okay, like, a joke.
Yeah, I can do mugs and
You can
still
do maybe in the future though. Like you never know. Maybe in the future.
Oh, I want to do everything. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
420 specials. I'm gonna do holiday specials.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Christmas.
do everything.
Christmas.
2024. Once I find, cause look, right now
is the year. Are you saying next year's the year?
I would say so, because look, right now what I'm holding on to is to see, because I didn't want to put in a different order here. If I go to Guatemala and just find a cheaper one there, I would just start getting it from there. It's even better for me and how I feel about it. But damn, I lost my train of thought.
No. So like you wanna start making them in Guatemala to like stimulate the economy.
To an extent, yeah, because you have to see, like,
I'm
Wait, they're like
is that what you were talking about?
yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think, bro. Just delete this whole clip. I don't know what
That's so
talking about. I
Okay,
lost
wait.
it. Yeah, no, but I already talked about that, so
Yeah.
it should be there again.
Yeah. So what's it called? I guess we can actually start wrapping up here. Thank you guys so much for listening so far. Pablo, it's been a pleasure. One
you so much.
last question.
Oh,
You ready?
yeah.
Okay. If you were theoretically like on a podcast in front of like the whole world, right? Like, what would you tell the world? What would you tell other people?
Other people?
Actually, I have another question after this too, but yeah, what would you tell other people?
I don't know. I feel like look, throughout my life, I have moved a lot.
This is where you're supposed to say buy Amor Propio.
No. I would say throughout my life, I've moved a lot. I have seen a lot of the world. I have talked to a lot of people. And I cannot tell you how important it is for you to keep your own composure and worry about your own problems. Fix your own problems. Don't overly share them, and don't complain to other people just about your problems without coming up with a solution. Because at the end of the day, we're all in charge of our problems and coming to those solutions.
Okay, the camera cut out, so slight edit here, but no worries. But yeah, if you're theoretically on a podcast, what would you want to like tell the world, say to other college students, and you are on a podcast, so go crazy.
No, I would say, look, I'm really proud of my story. I love my story, and obviously I'm the face of a brand that is called self-love, so that kind of makes sense.
Buy Amor Propio.
Buy Amor Propio, but I would say overall, just put yourself first. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and worry about what you want to do and how are you going to do that.
Yeah.
That doesn't involve anybody else. That involves you. And once you better yourself to the best you can, there's no regrets because you're the best you can.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, a lot of doors will open for you. You keep doing these things. I never thought I was going to be on the podcast.
You never know where you're going to be.
Yeah, no, I never thought a year ago, I would never got out of me like, oh yeah, in a year I'm going to be in a podcast because I have a clothing brand.
Yeah.
But if I did,
that's not the only reason, but like it helps.
Yeah, no, of course. But you get it. Like without the clothing brand, I wouldn't meet you.
Yeah. So like things add up. Like just start doing something and then things come around that. Like you meet people, you learn.
You get around the right circle. Like let's say I wanted to start a business. I got around Burgess Institute. I meet other people that wanted to start businesses. Pretty simple. I mean,
and then
you just gotta put yourself in the right positions, talk to the right people, and be positive. Nobody wants to talk to anybody that's at the end of the day. I meet somebody and they complain about everything that they got going on in life. I have stuff going on in life too, you know, and I'm not complaining. I'm trying to make the best out of everything in life.
I was gonna say this earlier. There's this, I'm misquoting this potentially, this Bible verse where it's like, take the log out of your own eye before looking at the speck on another. Essentially, like everyone has problems, but like focus on yours first, because like bro, like everyone, like you have problems too. Like everybody to go and say like you're doing this wrong, you're doing like bro, focus on you.
Yeah, no, everybody does. But if you focus so much on you and you love yourself so much that you won't let yourself fall, even though you're still gonna have problems, because those are not gonna go away. I think that you're gonna go way more happier about life and way more confident about life.
What I would tell the world too is, okay, I'm gonna edit that out. What I would tell the world is put God first and love yourself. There you go.
Hell yeah.
What would you tell your past self? This would be the official last question.
Ooh. To be excited to, you know, the past self, like, when are we talking about? Because, bro, imagine if because I mean, imagine if I'm talking to the 6th grade self. He's in Guatemala.
Yeah.
But even you go back to junior year of high school.
You might tell different things to different, like, eras.
Yeah, no, because, like, let's say my junior year of high school, I didn't know if I was gonna stay in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know what Michigan State was. That's something that people find crazy a lot. I found out about Michigan State 2 months before applying. I did not know what Michigan State was or anything. But yeah, I would say to my past self, be excited. There's so much.
Be excited about the future.
About everything.
About everything. About right now. The lowest.
I would tell him like right now that I'm calm and I'm not in the situation that I was during the summer, like even for that, be excited.
Yeah.
Because it shakes me. It built me up. It gave me more strength in my message. I think that it composed me to be more confident about myself, because now I was in a situation where I literally saved myself, bro. So, you know, I feel like it really did shape me in a good way. And
so you turn those quote unquote like not ideal situations, the tough situations, into something really good.
Because it's the only thing I can get out of it. Yeah. Because I never.
Part of that comes to being excited and like knowing that it's not the end. Like it's okay. You can do it. Yeah. No, that's something that I've actually really, and I think that has helped me out so much now that I'm big. And I don't know how it's gonna go once I'm older and older. Yeah. But ever since I was little, I always knew like I'll be fine. Like. You'll be okay. I could be, let's say, in the train, right? I'm still thinking, again, like I said, I grew up with moms that have 6 to 7 kids. They're selling vegetables for a living. And I'm complaining that I'm going through something in Chicago. Like, there's people going through way worse stuff. Even in Chicago, I will get on the train at 6:45. Yeah, I will get on the train at 6:45 and I'll see somebody that's sleeping there. Yeah. At least I had a couch. Yeah. You know, you can
kill your problems and beat yourself up all you want, but nobody's gonna save you until you actually fix those problems.
Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate you, Pablo. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Lifestyle Diaries. Links to Amor Proprio and more will be down in the description. Please download, like, follow, subscribe. Hit up my boy Pablo and get some Amor Proprio merch. And yeah, I'll see you guys. You'll be waiting.
I'll be waiting for the orders.
Yeah. I'll see you guys on another episode of Lifestyle Diaries.